At this time, if y'all will please rise, I want to ask Commissioner Friday to lead the education and you'll remain standing. Would you please?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come here today and do the county's business. Please help us to have good, solid debate about these topics and make good, sound decisions for our community. All these things we say in your name, amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible. Okay, for all of us older people, we still have trouble with the Texas. Oh, we did. Okay, here we go. Let the record show that all the commissioners are present, except in the commission for us. This time, we will hear some citizen comments. Okay. We got a couple folks that want to speak to us this morning. I want to just read some of our local rules that we have. You may speak on any subject other than personnel matters or matters under litigation. Written concerns about a common issue should select one person to address the subject. Subjects are limited to 3 minutes each. No commissioner's court action or discussion may take place on a matter until such a matter is placed on the agenda and posted in accordance with the law. Just to let you, those of you speaking, don't think that we're rude because we're not going to speak back to you, but we're limited on what we can speak about. Okay. I've got Dan. Yeah. Dan, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Excellent. I'll stand at the podium if it's okay.
That's fine.
So I come today as a concerned citizen in Limestone County. We've seen northern Limestone County. We've seen a significant growth up in that area with the wind industry. And I've been following this issue pretty closely. As many of you may know, that Chapter 313 was sunset in the 87th Texas legislature. Y'all aware of that? Well, the commissioners aware of that.
Once again, man, we're not going to respond. All we can
Okay.
do is
Well, I'm going to assume you are aware of that, and that there were 3 House bills, 2 House bills and 1 Senate bill. And at the end of the 87th, the Texas Senate declined to hear those bills. They declined to vote on them. And the reason was there was so much pressure from the citizens of the state of Texas that they couldn't do it, right? It was political suicide. And what I want to tell you today is the people of Texas have spoken on this. To the extent that, because I can't ask questions, it was considered the largest welfare program, corporate welfare program in the history of the state of Texas. We're $10 billion underwater based on Chapter 313, based on the latest accounting figures that you get from the state. As a result, because it's sunset, they refused to vote on it. The legislature isn't scheduled to meet again until January 23. It sunsets December 31st of 22, about a year, 13 months and some change, okay? But because of that, the state comptroller was a little bit in a panic. And so they've actually already issued guidance on their question and answer site. So if you go to the state comptroller's website, they're telling you what you can and can't do going forward. I'm going to summarize this stuff for you because I don't have a lot of time. But one of the things is, if they don't get a 313 on file by June of 2022, they're not accepting any of those going forward. And there's a lot of different issues as far as updating the agreed amendments currently, but basically saying we want them gone, okay? Because the people of Texas have spoken. Do you know who NG is, by the way? This company that's coming in and we're giving a tax abatement. Do you know who they are? It's a French multinational company that's coming to the state of Texas to get granted a tax abatement such that they can do business at a very low cost, because our school board is going to be reimbursed by the taxpayers of Texas. That's how it really works. There's nothing free. Okay, they're not going to pay their taxes, but there's nothing free. And they're going to give Coolidge Independent School District a bunch of money up front. That's what they're going to do. The reason the law passed to begin with is 20 years ago, the state of Texas, Intel wanted to bring a facility to Texas, a large facility. It would have offered a lot of jobs, but Texas lost out because of the taxation issues. At that point, that's when the legislature came up with Chapter 313. But the reality is it didn't work the way it was planned, okay? And the fact is it hasn't stimulated the growth and it hasn't offered the job. Interesting enough, the 313 is already filed with the state comptroller's office, okay? And one of their big requests, the larger part of this document is they want to hire 2 people. The minimum is 10. They're asking the Coolidge Independent School District to drop that requirement. This is dumb. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't say that, but this is not smart. This is the other than being smart. But one thing I want to tell to the commissioners is they put a map in it. Have y'all seen this 313? Have y'all seen this? This is out on the website. Again, the judge is looking at me like he can't answer questions. There's a map, and the map shows the 29 or the 30 units in Coolidge, the little hand-in written triangle, that's my place, okay? And I know for a fact that Mr. Jackson, who owns a couple thousand acres right there, he did a lease. I control almost 1,000 acres, I did a lease. Mike Frazier did a lease across the road from me. Chuck Frazier did a lease. This map that they show you is incomplete. I would ask NG for a map that shows who did and who didn't lease. You represent everyone in northern Limestone County. We feel like we're being railroaded by a French forest company, by our local school board, and you may say, well, we really don't have control over this. The fact is you do. And people are going to find out what actually happened in Limestone County going forward. I'm going to sit and listen to the rest of what is said on this today. I don't know if it's going to be discussed or not, but something needs to be done. And if you vote for any of this, I'm telling you, you're voting against the will of the people in Texas, and they have already spoken. Contact your state senator, ask for specific advice, because he has it. In fact, we ought to invite him to one of these meetings. Good chance he may come. That's all I have for now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Scott. We also have today a Miss Angela Orr, they'd like to come forward.
Good morning. Thank you all for allowing me 3 minutes to speak. I saw that you have a very busy agenda for today. I'm here on our new House District 13, of which we are all a part of. Our new House District does not have an incumbent. It includes Limestone, Freestone, Falls, Leon, Hill, Bosque, and the eastern portion of McLennan County. And I come to you today from Hill County as a candidate for this new House seat. I am a longtime resident of Hill County, Texas. My husband's family's been farming and ranching there since the 1870s. I've served on my local school board. I've served as a district clerk for 2 terms. I was actually elected for the 3rd term, and I resigned to go work for State Representative Cody Harris of House District 8, and that's what I've been doing for the last few years. My primary role with him was constituent care, which means I was the person that answered the phone when the constituents from our district called with complaints or questions or concerns, and I was the person that got them to the correct state agency, and I also heard from a lot of people on legislative matters. I'm very concerned about rural Texas. Having been in local government and having been on the school board, I can see the effects of urban districts and urban cities and urban counties have on our local elected officials. And I have a real heart for that because I too have served with a very limited budget in a very small county, trying to do what was best for the people. And I guess what I really want to say is that this district is very rural, except for the portion in McLean County. The rest of us are very rural. And I want to protect and preserve the type of governments that we have locally and try to prevent state and federal interference with what we need to do, because I still believe that the best government is the one closest to the people. And I have cards if anybody would like to contact me later with questions or have a conversation. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward now, and we're gonna go into our consent agenda. I trust you've all had a chance to look at this, that was in your package. We do have one item on the consent agenda that we're gonna go ahead and visit about while y'all are considering the other items there. And we're gonna approve a donation for record. And I'm gonna ask that Kay and April, if y'all like to come forward and make a presentation. We're always entertaining that.
Absolutely. Would you like us to?
I tell you what, we're probably gonna like to have a picture of this, so, but I wish there was, I tell you what, let's do. Why don't we stand up? Why don't y'all come around here?
Okay.
And we'll make this, move on. And if y'all don't mind standing up and getting closer, actually, I'll be involved in this because this is a commitment for it. Now, that's, got enough room? Come on up here, Kay. Anybody stand in front of me is okay.
We got a chair here. Okay.
How's this? I want to say that we had a event a few Saturdays ago, and I tried, it was a chili event where they made chili and sold chili and fundraiser. I asked the Republican Women's if I could sell antacid in this, and they did not allow me to do that, but I was looking for a way to make some money here. Anyway, Kay, you have something you want to present to the Limestone County?
Absolutely. On behalf of Limestone County Republican Women, it is our pleasure, and there are several members of Limestone County Republican Women here, not only just a few of us, but we worked very hard to support this county, and we want everyone to know that we do back blue, and we want to help law enforcement in any way that we can. So we're proud today to present $15,000.
You got it all in there?
Yes. Okay, good. So Limestone County, and this money is earmarked for the Sheriff's Department for bulletproof vests. And we want everyone in Limestone County to know that we do have a vested interest in it. Not only are you in our thoughts and in our prayers daily, but we wanted to do something material to show you that we've got your back and we got your front too.
Let me ask Kay if she doesn't mind real quick. I know we've got a big agenda and a trial starting at 10 o'clock. Tell about how you started with the money. You started off with thinking you'd get like a little bit, and then you know, tell that story.
Well, yes, we started out, and April and I especially are goal oriented. And we were like, okay, would it be great if we gave $5,000? We did better than that. Next thing you know, it's like, I think we can give them $10,000. And then it got down to 24 hours before the event, and we're like, well, we know we're going to be able to give them 12. Why don't we give them 15? And so we went and we begged, and we went to people in the community and asked and said, this is what we want to do, and we want to see that our Sheriff's Department is provided the equipment they need to be safe out there, because this is not a safe world, even here in Limestone County in our own little bubble that we live in. And so we just kept on, and that night we didn't put the numbers on this check until the last penny was counted, and we could see that we could give $15,000. And so we were thrilled to do that. And that night we also gave $5,000 to MAG to go for the bulletproof windshields. So we just want law enforcement to know that they have our support. And, and everybody else is with you. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all very much for all of you there.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna hold this money for a minute.
No, what's it?
Okay. Let's go ahead and continue. Have y'all had a chance to look over the consent agenda? Any questions, discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion. We do have a motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Let's go ahead and go into the monthly reports from the operation reports. Do we have any official here that has a report?
I don't have anything.
I know we're going to get with Mr. Ellis, but that'll be in a minute on the other. Sheriff?
For the, today's jail population, total is 125. We have 99 males, 26 females. We have 11 from Freestone County. For correction, 11 males from Freestone County, 6 females. We have 3 females and 1 male from Leon County, and we have 5 males from Bell County. For the month, in between TDC and hospital trips and court trips, we transported for a total of about 209 man hours, over 6,000 miles. It costed about $11,500. For the month, we booked in, I believe, 96 individuals in the jail.
Any questions for the sheriff? All right, thanks, Sheriff. Any other discussion on the reports? Any other body? All right, we'll entertain a motion then to approve the reports as presented.
So,
We do have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Let's go ahead and go into the safety report about any accidents or safety concerns we had this past month. I'll refer over to Commissioner Friday.
We did not have any safety issues, but we did have a worker that been there for a long time pass away easily. So if you can give your thoughts and prayers. So I would rather make a motion that we approve the safety report with no incidents.
We do have a motion. And we do have a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, let's go down to item number 9. And right now, I think we're good enough shape to leave the van burn off. And so we'll just continue going on that until see if anything changes. Let's go ahead and move to item number 10. That's when we discuss and or take action on utility line agreement for Waco Solar. Do you have any comments on that here?
that was thing supposed to be here already to go.
Okay. We just need to see if y'all want to go forward with that utility line agreement. Anybody have any thoughts on that? If not, we'll need to approve this.
I make the motion that we go ahead and approve the utility line agreement, so Waco Solar.
Okay.
I'll second.
We do have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Let's go ahead and talk about discussion take action on Limestone Wind Project tax abatement application. As y'all know, we've been, they have come to us, the Limestone Wind Project has brought to us a application requesting that we approve with a reinvestment zone and letting them put some more wind turbines into the northern end of Commissioner's Court. As Mr. Giat said, there are some issues that we may not be 100% on top of. What I would like to do is pass on this item. I want to call our attorneys that can fill us in a little bit better on what we need to be doing. I know what was talked about is a lot of the school abatement, but still, I want to recommend that we pass this item today and take action later on one side or another. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we need to table this.
Okay. I agree. Let's go ahead and do that with a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. We're going to table this item until we can get some more information on it. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, let's go ahead then and go it down to number 12, discuss take action on the bell tower of Power, Texas. the fuel solar reinvestment. Now, this is another company that is requesting that we visit about doing a reinvestment zone on the southwest end of Limestone County. This is about 1,200 acres that they're wanting to put a solar farm in, which is not quite as intrusive as the wind. And so I told them that we would put this on the agenda, and if y'all want to go forward with this, once again, I will turn this over and refer them to Bob Bass, the company that does the attorney work for us, and let them guide us on this if they want to do that. As far as another solar farm in Limestone County.
I like the solar farms a lot better than the wind farms anyways. So I'll make a motion.
Okay. We have a motion, and do I have a second? Okay. Once again, I'll ask, just for the record, we don't have, we do have a motion, we do not have a second. Okay,
I think you do, I looked, let's talk to the attorney.
I agree, because I did attend their meeting, and I don't know that it's really a good for our county.
solar?
The solar.
That being the case, the original motion will fail. Do I have a motion to table that?
So,
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and look at, canvass the precinct return to the 2021 special election, conducted in accordance with section 67002, A of the Texas election law. Now, Jennifer here is going to tell us all about this.
Well, we did have a low turnout for this election, but constitutional amendments tend to be a little on the low side. I provided each commissioner with your individual precinct results, and the judge has all of them. And the commissioner's part of it. So go into our official files.
Does anybody want to look at these? If not, we'll go ahead and approve the returns as presented.
I like the motion to approve.
Have a second? We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Okay. Let's go then to item number 14, and let's discuss and take action on casting votes for the Limestone Appraisal District directors. As y'all know, each year we have our votes that we have from the county as a entity. And we have to decide how many votes we want to place for who. In the past, we had two. I'll tell you what, I'm not so sure if I can just pass on this item today until we get a better idea of the number of votes that we want to. I have not had a chance to talk with the other entities, sometimes that's important. So I'm just going to ask that we not take any action to pass this item. Let's go ahead and move into item number, and this is going to have to follow. Okay. Let's go then to move to item number 15. That's going to be something that's been near and dear to a lot of our hearts for a while. Anyone that's ever been at the fairgrounds understands how hard it is to get there where we can understand what's being done at the fairgrounds. So I think one of the things that the commissioners want to look at, and that we've got some quotes, not actual bids, quotes, is on replacing the sound system out there at fairgrounds. We do have, at your package, we do have three different bids on some sound systems. I want to call your attention to one of them is signed by Jason McAnally of ACT, and one of them is an ACT that the original person that we dealt with left and went on his own, but he didn't have time to replace the ACT, so I'm going to call that Jason Poole. And then we did get one in from KDT. Kirkpool, I'm sorry. Kirkpool, I apologize. Kirkpool. And so the different pricing is with Jason, with ACT, he gave us a price of $36,739. Kurt Pool has given us a price of 31,195, and then the K&T gave us a price of, if I understand correctly, Kenneth, this is 27,199, but that does not include labor, does it?
$12,000 with labor on top
The top of it.
39,000.
All right, that's what I was thinking. So basically, in what I have looked at, it looks like they're using almost identical equipment. So I'm not so sure that it would be in our best interest to look at Kurt Poole, the solution manager, and he has gone to an even bigger company, than ACT, or ACI, I guess it is. What y'all's thoughts on this? Have y'all done any homework or talk about this with you?
I wouldn't have put the labor in the bid. I think it's something that we need to move forward with. We really need to, hopefully we can get it in before the fair in March. So I make a motion that we use Kirkwood to install the new sound system at the fairgrounds.
Okay. I do have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
We do have a motion and a second. As far as discussion goes, let's talk about where we're paying for this out of. Tasha, if I understand correctly, we have enough money for this out of just 1 month of the unexpected revenue, you think?
Second, the sheet right there, we've only received so far for 1 month. They're late on getting us the recap for October.
Okay. So we do have enough money in this unexpected revenue that we can pay this and not
Yeah, that's
something that we're asking the taxpayers to do.
from the admin fees, yes.
Okay. That being said, we do have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the good news is we're gonna have a new sound system out there. Let's go ahead and talk about item number 16. That's discuss take action on sexual assault response team. I've got a memorandum of understanding from the Hot Cog. That's the Heart of Texas Council on Governments. One of the things that we are required to do is to have a new program in place for the sexual assault response team. We have to have a team for Limestone County. What we talked about at the COG is that all the counties get together and that the COG be the one to provide a lot of the personnel, the nurses, psychiatrists, things of this nature. However, we're still going to have our sheriff, our district attorney are still going to be on the team. But what this does is it allows us, and we do have to do this, we have to report this to the state to let them know that we have done it and do have a team. This is something that we've been working on for the last couple of months to make sure that we do it in the most cost-effective way. Last thing we wanted to do is for each little small county to have to come up with all the dollars that it would take to have to do this. And so Hot Cog has agreed to do this for us. All we have now is a request that we do a memorandum of understanding with the Heart of Texas Council on Governments. Does anyone have a problem with us doing that? If not, I'll leave a motion to approve this memorandum of understanding.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, we'll get that. Okay, let's go to item number 17. That's going to discuss to take action on repairing courthouse windows. As y'all know, we had a big renovation of the courthouse. We actually had around $80,000 left over. We hate to spend that money, but to lose that money. And so one of the things that Santa Carlos put together was a proposal from a company, Premier Metal Works, to come in and use that money to redo all of our windows throughout the courthouse. The ones that need replacement, I guess they'll replace, but mainly it's going to be painting of these windows, glazing them, painting them. I was shocked at the amount that we got a bid in from them, quoted from them. The same company that did the rest of our work here, for $104,000, which means we would have to come up with around $25,000 to get the work done. It's something that do we want to spend $20,000 or $25,000 in order to take advantage of $80,000 that has already been given to us by the state? And I really think that would be wise for us to do that for our courthouse. This is one of the nicest things that we have. So Natasha and I talked about where we could find the money for that. We've got it in projects, budget line items, so is that correct?
Capital projects.
Capital projects. So, if y'all would like, I think it would be wise to go ahead and continue to update our report out on the report.
I just have a question. Are they only doing the 52 windows?
Yes,
So they're not gonna do any windows on the third floor?
that's what I understood.
We have a window in our office that has duct tape because it is dropped down over 2 inches.
What would be that? When they come, if they come, the city will get that. That's something that I was aware of. Sam, I'm bringing that into the attention. Or y'all just know this?
No, Sam and Paul both know because they're the ones that painted it.
Oh.
Because it was raining, the rain was coming in and it was getting on our printer. So that's,
Well, as far
because
as
the framing of it
Yeah.
has rotted
okay.
and so the glass,
Well, let's see when they get here, we'll see if we can fix that. Fair amount, but as of right now, do the commissioners want to go forward then with repairing these windows?
I make a motion that we go forward.
We do have a motion. And a second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? All right, let's move to item number 18, that's discuss take action on the resolution, Limestone County Sheriff's Office P25 radio project grant. We do have, is Matt Lee already? Okay. Anyway, this is a resolution, and I'll read it real quick. Whereas the Limestone County Commissioners Court finds it in its best interest of the citizens of Limestone County, and that the Limestone County Sheriff's Office's P25 radio project grant be operated for 2021, and whereas the Limestone County Texas Commissioners Court agreed to provide applicable matching funds for the said project as required by the HS Homeland Security Grant Program. And whereas Limestone County Texas Commissioners Court agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of the office of the governor's fund, Limestone County Texas Commissioners Court assures that the funds will be returned to the office of the governor in full. And whereas the Limestone County Commissioners Court designates County Judge Richard Duncan as the grantee's authorized official, the authorized official is given the power to apply for, accept, reject, and terminate the grant on behalf of the applicant agency. Now therefore be it resolved that the Limestone County Texas Commissioners Court approve the submission of the grant application of Limestone County Sheriff's Office P25 radio project to the office of the governor. And so, as y'all may or may not know, we applied for and got a large grant. We're going to get in the sheriff's department. Bird, you want to talk about it at all?
We met with Matt, and we met with Huffman Communications, and got Huffman's recommendation on the radios to use. It's a digital system that's coming down the road that's going to end up being mandatory and should help the communications.
Absolutely. This is something I'm actually very proud of because Matt's always taken the radio system for our county and been on top of it. So I would say that we're getting this money given to us. We're going to use it to help out our law enforcement. Does anyone have any other comments? If not, we'll approve this resolution.
Make a motion to approve the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? On favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the item number 19, discuss take action regarding policy number LCG 03A. I did find out that it's supposed to be 03B.
Yeah, this is completely incorrect. It won't solve any problem the way it's on here. This is retirees.
Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do, what we'll do then, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and just pass this up. We'll put it on the next agenda. We still have time if we decide to change it for the what we're trying to, or not trying to, but what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and pass that item and make sure that we get the LCG 03B on the next agenda. Okay, you got that? Okay, let's go.
It shouldn't say retirees either.
Okay.
It should say former employees.
Let's go ahead then and take item number 20, discuss the action on service agreement in Limestone County and volunteer fire departments. What this is, as we talked about for the last few months, each volunteer fire department does a contract with us that we will give them monies to help them operate. In return, they take care of the fires out in the county. And we do have Lake Mayor's contract, and so I need to go ahead and get that approved. Anybody want to do business later today? Yeah, that's what you're preaching to.
Yes.
I want to motion that we approve the service agreement between my volunteer fire department at Lake Mahale.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we have a motion.
I'll second
Do we have a second? Any other discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, let's go ahead to item number 21, let's discuss take action on budget transfer 548 facilities management. This is the transfer of funds from the contingencies to the facilities management phone line to pay Paul Powers $25 a month for phone reimbursement. As y'all know, we lost Sam, but we didn't lose Sam in his cell phone. Paul is asking that we pay him a portion of his cell phone, and it's very valuable to be able to get in touch with Paul and if we stay in touch with Sam. So this transfer is just to send over the $275.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. We got a motion in a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, let's go to item number 22. And this morning at about 4:30, we received this map. Finally, we've been waiting on it ever since the guy left, the attorney left from to tell us about the new precinct lines. At your place, we have what was presented here at that meeting, primarily with two areas that we had to change, and that's going to be, we were going to increase precinct 2, taken from precinct 4, and we were going to, and then the one map where we were going to increase precinct 1 by taking some away from precinct 3. Y'all have those in front of you as it was presented, and we do have a order adopting this redistricting plan that I think we've got until maybe 2 or 3 days left to do this. From what I understand, with the way the state worked on this, it's really put the attorneys that we hired to do this for us to hire. Because of everyone thought that the filing date would go longer, that the primary would go longer, but that's not what's happening right now. They tried to squeeze it all in, and they got it all in. However, it's really put a crunch on us. So, if y'all remember, in my head, the biggest part was going to be the area there, if you're looking at it, the square in the northeast end of that map for the city of May, or the commissioners, I'm sorry, the blue area that is cutting into, did I get this wrong? I looked at the wrong one. This is Mahia right here. So yes, it's the red is actually precinct 2, not, they got the color wrong. That's what threw me. So this is precinct 2 here, as y'all can see, and not as he put here. But as y'all can remember, this is the area where we gained the population taken out of Bobby's, who's not here. He's fine with that, and that would get us under the guides that the state is requiring us to do. This is not something we're going to do. But what they do is they look at the population in each precinct. We've got to make sure that we have a fair number of people. We have to make sure that we have socioeconomic, the district, one is majority, and we do, that's precinct 2. And so this fits the bill. Is there any questions on this right here that y'all can think of? I know, who was it, Bill David, I think you were losing, weren't you losing some? No, you were losing some.
Steve,
You were gaining.
I'm gaining.
You gained a little bit of labor, so. I need to ask y'all if y'all have any questions to this, and if not, we need to get this adopted. This will then become our new precincts for Limestone County, at least for the next 15. Anybody have any questions that I can answer?
Make a motion that we accept the redistricting maps as they are.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank y'all very much for coming today. The last item is the dreaded adjournment. So moved. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah, legislative support, is here today.